guys, the Mega Boys here, and I just wanted to make, a quick video showcasing the new build that I'm playing on the Hardcore League. Because we all know that my Winter build died, but after that I actually made another build that was a Chaos a Blade Flurry build, but that also ripped pretty early into maps. But now I'm back again with the Freeze Cold build, which is been doing insanely well. I'm only on a 5 link right now, 4 link on, 4 link, sorry, and I'm having around 100k DPS buffed, and that's with GMP since we're getting GMP from the 2 jewels called First Snow. So first of all, I'm just gonna show a quick map, and after that I will be going over some of the gear. Yeah. Okay, let's do an Ashen Wood map real quick. Let's just roll it. Oh fuck. Okay, this one has double damage, but I think we can do it. The only problem is my mana cost right now. That's why I'm using Divination Distillate, because that gives me a lot of magic find during the flask effect, as well as giving me max res. And max res is really nice, and I almost permanently have it up. Alright, here we go. The Welling bases can be a little bit slow sometimes, but that'll pretty quickly get playing and all that. Is actually clear, so I'm just gonna loot these splinters and we'll go back to the hideout. Alright, open these chests. Alright, we didn't get anything good. Okay, so the gear I'm using right now is just this dagger I bought for 3 Chaos Orbs, and it's pretty good. It has a lot of it has a lot of spell damage and gives a bunch of crit as well. I just decided to craft attack speed on it since I want to have faster whirling blades, and the whirling blades actually don't require the base attack speed to be good. It's only the stat that requires, that needs to be high. So the base type doesn't matter at all. You could use a Platinum Chris or an Ambusher, you would have the same attack speed. And then the helm is just Martyr's Crown right now. It gives a lot of energy shield. It cost me 6 chaos. It should be much cheaper in Softcore Legacy, I think. And for the amulet, we're using Victorious Acuity. I just thought that it would synergize really well with the build, since we, first of all, it gives us power charge generation, so we can get our power charges without relying on other stuff. Gives us frenzy charge generation, which is a nice bonus, or else we wouldn't be able to obtain frenzy charges. Then it gives us projectile damage and projectile speed. Projectile speed is really huge, since it makes us able to shoot from far away. Fuck. Yeah, okay. I'm not so good at English. And it also gives a lot of resists. It gives some dexterity as well, which is really nice. Then we have the Titanium Spirit Shield. It's pretty meh. It's just 350 energy shield, little bit of resists. Ideally, you want to get crit, spell crit on it and spell damage as well if you can afford it, and maybe even cast speed. Yeah. Then we're using Valerium. We could use an Eye of Chayula or even Skyforce if you can afford that, but right now we're using this unique amulet, so we need to get the ring, Valerium ring instead, to get stun immunity. Then our chest piece is just, it doesn't even have quality. I was too lazy to do that right now. So it's basically just, with quality, it's around 600 energy shield. You get much better. I don't even have it linked since I have my gems in my gloves, but I'll show you that in a moment. And then we have the ring right here, which is just a normal ring with a lot of resist. And then, of course, it has the minus mana cost of skills, but that's just a novelty, really. It doesn't help that much. Without it, I'm at 39, and with it, I'm at 32. It doesn't help that much. I still have mana problems right now, since we don't get any real mana leech, except from our Warlord's Mark. But yeah, as for the gloves, I got a pretty insane deal for the gloves. It has +1 to gems, as well as Socketed Gems has 16% more attack and cast speed. So basically, what I'm getting here is probably the same DPS as a 5 link, maybe even a 6 link. But it allows me to, to get a much cheaper chest piece, since I won't need to buy it with the links and stuff. And it won't get that high of a mana cost, since, the more gems you have, the more mana multiplier and the more mana it will cost. And I already have mana problems right now with just 4 link, so a 5 link will be even worse. But +1 to gems is really nice. It helps me a lot. It gives me around 10% more damage, since the Freezing Pulse gets around 10% more damage per level. And then we also get 16% more cast speed, which is 16% more damage as well. So it's pretty huge. It gives me decent amount of energy shield as well, and the +1 to gems also gives the support gems additional levels. Right now I'm using a level 20/20 quality Freezing Pulse, and the rest are just level 70/18 gems. Sorry, 17 and 18, sorry. Okay, and for the belt, it's just a heavy belt, since I needed the strength for my cast or damage taking Immortal Core setup. But apart from that, it just has a lot of resists. You could probably, ideally you would want a crystal belt, and then with strength as a suffix instead. But crystal belts are like 3 exalts in here, so they're fucking expensive. As for the boots, we have some boots with a lot of energy shield and resists. We don't need movement speed since we're using whirling blades. And I got pretty lucky with the enchant, and it has attack and cast speed if you killed recently. This is really good because the attack speed helps you with the whirling blades, and the cast speed helps you with the freezing pulse. And yeah, more damage, more cast speed here, and more cast speed from the spell echo support will multiply that cast speed as well. So it's gonna be pretty insane, indeed. And yeah, now to gem setup, we are using the of course whirling blades. Then we link it with faster attacks and fortify. Fortify is really insane because it gives me around 20% less damage taken, and I will almost permanently have it up since I'm gonna be whirling into packs sometimes, and yeah, it will refresh itself while mapping. Then we're using this is just for leveling. We are using Warlord's Mark and Blasphemy setup, so we can get a leech, and then we also get endurance charges as well, which is it's decent. It helps with our other setup with the Immortal Call and caster damage taken to get a little bit longer duration. And when we don't have the Immortal Call up and still have endurance charges, it will help us with the physical mitigation, which is pretty nice overall. And yeah, of course there's the downside. Since we're using it with Blasphemy, we won't get leech from enemies far away, since the Blasphemy doesn't count the whole screen. But it's decent for now. And probably, ideally, you would want maybe to get the leech enchant, since that will apply globally to everything. You know, the 0.6% leech if you kill recently. That will be the best option, I think. And yeah, of course, the gem setup right now is Freezing Pulse, Spell Echo, Control Destruction, Faster Casting. Faster Casting, you can swap that around. I don't know if it's the best setup, that's just what I use right now. You can use Increased Critical Strikes or Increased Critical Damage instead as well. Those are the 3 gems that will benefit you the most. And it's also probably those 3 gems that you will use if you have a 6 link. All the 3 of them. And yeah, that's basically it. What I use right now, I use an Ice Golem. It doesn't really matter where you put it. And ideally you would probably also want to have an increased duration link with the cast when damage taken and Immortal Call, but I couldn't get 3 off colors, so I haven't got that yet. And probably also a Val Haste as well, just for, you know, the increased attack speed for the Whirling Blades and cast speed for our spell. So and then we use Discipline as well as our other aura. And if you could get maybe enough unreserved mana, you could probably chuck in an Herald of Ice as well, but I think that would be pretty hard and it would probably require some level 4 enlightens and maybe even some notes on the tree. But if you look at the skill tree, this is the tree I'm using right now. I'm planning to respec out of these notes right here. I just haven't done it yet since I needed the elemental resistance from the node here. But ideally you don't want to take these because the life nodes are wasted anyways. But basically you want to go down here. We take the attack and cast speed because it both benefits our you know, our Whirling Blades and the spell we use. And then we have energy shield over here since we are CI. Get some spell damage, all that. We get some damage in the start. There's no energy shield in the start, so that's why we don't take that. When we get to high levels, we grab all these nodes. Then we also want afterwards to go down and grab these energy shield nodes right here, but we haven't taken that yet. And then of course we have 2 jewel sockets over here, and we put the first snow jewels into it, since that will allow us to basically get a free GMP if we have 2 of them. We get 2 additional projectiles per jewel, and it's really insane. It also gives us increased damage if we have shattered an enemy recently, and we will almost always have that up since we are a crit build. Then of course we take the generic crit nodes. Once I'm leveling up, I'm gonna take the power charge and the spell damage per power charge. The spell damage per power charge will in total give us 20% spell damage with 5 power charges. Since we take, you know, Alira in Merciless. And in Cruel, you probably just want to take a skill point or attack speed if you want faster Whirling Blades. But then we go up here, grab the energy shield. You could probably also travel and get dual curse if you want to use another Blasphemy setup. But then of course you would require some enlightened gems to get enough unreserved mana. But then you could use Attempt Chains or Enfeeble if you want to be more defensive, or even use another curse like Projectile Weakness if you want more damage. The elemental weakness curses and the other cold resist negativity curse won't help us since we are Inquisitor, but projectile damage should increase our damage. Yeah. Then we just go over here, grab a lot of energy shield, go down, grab the witch energy shield nodes as well. Then move to the right, grab Snowforge. It's really good, gives a cold damage and crit. If we get enough points, we can also go up here, grab Throat Seeker. Crit multi is really good since spell builds don't get that much crit multi. Then we go up here, grab the energy shield written in blood, crit nodes. Of course, Ghost Reaver and CI since we are a CI build. Then we go down here, grab the energy shield notification. If we want to get more projectile speed and a little bit more damage, we can take these and we will be able to shoot enemies from even more far away. But I haven't done it since I don't find it necessary right now, and I'm also on hardcore, so I don't want to die off screen to reflect and all that. Then we are, you know, getting just the crit here, elemental damage and crit over here. Then we move down, get the foresight energy shield nodes. Once I'm getting more skill points, I'll be taking all of the all of the energy shield nodes, and probably also the spell damage down here. Then we go down, grab Harrier. We also want to check the jewel socket here at some point. You can either choose attack speed if you want faster whirling blades, or spell damage if you just want more damage for a freezing pulse. Then we go down here. We also want to grab the jewel socket here at some point. I just took it now since I had a free point. And then lastly you want Val Pact. That's pretty much the skill tree right now. Of course, once I respec these points, I'll be able to probably take some more energy shield and all that, which should be really great. And yeah, as for the ascendancies, in normal you want to get Righteous Providence, cruel you want to get Inevitable Judgment, merciless, Instruments of Virtue. It will really boost up our damage. Since we're using Whirling Blades, we both get the attack and spellcaster benefits, as long as we are both attacking and casting within 4 seconds, which is basically always, if you have a decent clear speed. And then we, in Jubilab, want to get Augury of Penitence, but I haven't got that yet, and I don't know if I will get it, but it should be really good. As for chest piece options, you could also probably use the Incandescent Heart. It should help you with reflect problems, and also with just basic elemental damage. But I will use around probably 1.5k or a little bit less than that energy shield from it. But it should probably be worth it against elemental damage, but against physical damage it won't help. So yeah, that's basically it for now, and I hope you enjoyed the video guide. I'll probably make another update once I get to high level if I don't rip. And as always, you can check out my stream. I'll be streaming every Saturday from 10 p.m. GMT +1 or UTC +1, I can't remember. But I'll just type it here on screen. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.